Have you got a description for hip hop? I know what the marketing sense is, you know what I mean? I can tell you about the b-boys and the DJs and the fucking graph and the whole history and all this shit, you know what I mean? But you know all that story, innit? Like, you know, hip hop is it means a lot of stuff to a lot of people, you know. It's just social engagement. It's bigger than what people might think the word hip hop means. It's what I know and love. If you want to just break it down to a musical genre, you know, it's fucking people being productive together in collaborating ways, producers, MCs, musicians. That's what it is. People sharing and exchanging skills. It's a social activity that brings people together through a creative art form. That's some philosophical shit, isn't it?
There's so much to it. I think it's beyond definition. I think any understanding of hip hop that anybody has, it comes from within. I could tell you my perspective of it, but you're still gonna have your own. And if you haven't discovered your own, go listen to something or go watch someone spray something on the wall, and then you might discover what hip hop means to you.
People think hip-hop is about violence. It's all about abuse, you know, being abusive to women. People think everybody into hip-hop is a drug dealer. People think hip-hop is to blame for all the ills in society. Hip-hop is the face of everything that's wrong with urban lifestyle. You know, that whole, you know, pimp smack your whole lifestyle that does exist in the ghetto in the States is a byproduct of how, you know, a whole section of society has been shelved. Generations and generations of people who've kind of been squashed into a corner, you know, so they don't really have the same kind of aspirations, and they can't give those aspirations to their children. They've never really had the education services, they've never had the health services. They are from these backgrounds, so they're telling stories about what they've been through or what they see. To say hip-hop is entirely to blame for, you know, for perpetuating that negativity and all of the shit that's happened it's just another fucking scapegoat.
Tell a lie, tell a lie, tell a lie, vision. Tell a lie, tell a lie, tell a lie, vision. Tell a lie. Switch channels, mate. MTV, it's all bling, it's all fake, it don't represent me.
The media doesn't want to go, oh, listen to Talib Kweli, or, you know, there's this guy who's doing this work, or, you know, Immortal Technique is doing X and Y for building schools here and there. It's, no, Biggie got shot, Tupac got shot, this dude talks about drugs, this dude talks about guns. That's all they want to project. And I think a lot of non-hip hop heads have obviously been swept up in that, because that's the only message they see. Why would they scratch the surface?
I don't think any of us really tell people in our workplace or in general that we're rappers or that what we do, because it's just going to get people doing the same old, oh, what, you do drive-bys, do you do like, oh, right, I could do a bit of rapping and like all that crap. So I think we're all secret MCs. Like a lot of people in my work only found out what I do about a month ago. I've been there for a while.
You've got a talented artist working in the same workplace as you. You've got a talented rap artist from round the corner. You just went and bought 50 Cent's new album. Lyrical content wise, not so great. Well, go check your guy next door.
The amount of money and effort that goes into, potentially that goes into one 50 Cent beat is about, you know, could be up to £50,000 in terms of like the session fees, studio time. You know, just make sure that everything is meticulously invested in to make it perfect. You know, aside from everything that the rapper's talking about, it is world class, and the fact that it's world class makes it that much more marketable.
They've had investment into the recording, investment into the marketing, investment into the video, all publicity avenues have had 10 times more budget than your standard UK artist. It makes us work damn hard It makes us work damn hard and get damn smart about how we're going to go about doing things. And that's where I think actually the UK artists have a little nod ahead against a lot of people, because they're managing to produce excellent videos, fantastic artwork on the cover of their CDs, the actual quality of the recording and the mix. This is all done on a shoestring, you know, because a lot of these guys got bus passes.
Even the biggest artists that you might see out there who've released some of the most legendary records, you'd find that they've almost just about broken even and they're just about surviving.
We can't do this full time. We can't, as you said, you can't make enough money out of this to put food on your table and pay your rents and live with a reasonable amount of swagger.
I've got problems with my cash flow, insufficient funds, and I'm absolutely brasso. Living with my mum, wanna get my own place. It's time I moved out, but need to get so paid I can buy a new house. I've got plans for music, but might as well forget it. If you're not signed, it's useless. Unlikely you'll sell records, it's a catch-22. You need cash to make moves. Without capital, I rap it all. With that, you break through.
And a lot of artists, when they're, you know, early on in their career, when they start off, they kind of have this perception of, wow, you know, finally we've made a record now, we put our best stuff on this record, we're going to be superstars. No, you've actually pressed the records and they've come to your house, but they're not going to get sold themselves.
HMV will take like 50 at a time, and unless you're like a Sway or a Kano, they're not going to buy another 50 or even another 20 until all of those 50 are gone. So there could be an I.R.S. CD in HMV, Muku village, some fucking island somewhere, yeah, gathering dust, yeah, and some guy at HMV ain't gonna go out and buy another I.R.S. CD, even though fucking Terry in East London might want to go and pick it up. He ain't gonna be able to get his CD online or anything until that one CD goes in that little tiny island where hip-hop's banned. Do you know what I mean? What are we to do? What are we to do?
It's not up to a distributor to help you out because they're your friend or they believe in what you're saying. I mean, it comes down to, that's the real business side of music. I mean, you have to deal with markets and so on, and it's not up for a distributor to push to a certain market. You got to push your stuff, really.
You know, it's been difficult for artists who really, you know, feel precious about something that they built up. And even when it came down to, you know, when we were putting our records out in 2003, there was still this massive disparity. No one knew what the fuck they were talking about, you know, in the scene, outside the scene, in terms of business, and that's why we ended up doing everything ourselves. Making hip-hop in this country is a very hard thing, and people who dedicated to being hip-hop artists are dedicated to being much more than artists. It's just a full-on mission that people have to take on. It takes up a lot of people's lives. A lot of the people who are making the music really care about it. That's why there's a lot of, you know, really good stuff that comes out, because people are very precious about what they do.
I'd say the last 10 years have been devoted to hip-hop. I mean, I haven't looked into another avenue of work or as far as trade or anything, because I've been too dedicated trying to do hip-hop. It's a full-time devotion, I think. Being an MC and having a plan of actually being in the public eye with it is a full-time devotion, man.
I am a living embodiment of hip-hop, man, 24 hours, 7 days a week, like.
Every waking hour is devoted to hip-hop music, and that is no lie. That's actually quite sad when I think about it. Well, it's not sad because it's something I love, it's something I enjoy, and it's luckily something that I've been able to make a living off. But yeah, pretty much every day, you know, I start work at like 8 o'clock in the morning and finish at 7, 8 at night sometimes, and all day, you know, I will have like a 20-minute lunch break, come straight back and continue working, you know.
I've grown past that point where I think, oh, I'm gonna blow now. I just literally do it because it's in my bloodstream now. It's like, I love it. And as far as the money that comes in that, it's all good, but the amount of time I devote is every day, basically.
I literally do it because I love it so much. Forget about the profile that comes off of it, or, you know, I just do it because, I don't know, once you get into it,